There's for a militia muster call. So it's stronger than the sanctuary counties. So it's like a sanctuary county with teeth. Because not only saying, hey, the county's not going to devote resources to it, but we're actually going to recognize the citizens as militia now. Don't take our stuff. We need it for the defense.
So is that like deputizing everybody almost?
Yes.
Let's do it one day.
I gotcha.
In a backhanded way, it is.
Yeah, I gotcha.
It acknowledges the sheriff, to basically create the citizens as auxiliary, police officers if needed in times of emergency.
Gotcha.
So,
Cool.
Good to know.
yeah, thanks, guys.
Okay, so what you saw there was me receiving this piece of paper and being briefed on what it says. It's a militia mustard call for the state of Virginia. You can look it up at Virginia113.com, Facebook.com/Virginia113. So I'm going to read it. It states as follows: the Virginia Constitution, Article 1, Section 13 recognizes the militia as the body of the people trained to arms. Virginia Code, Section 44-1 recognizes unorganized militia as virtually every able-bodied person age 16 to 55. The people of Virginia are experiencing an unprecedented attack upon our natural right to defend ourselves and our communities using our personally owned firearms. If disarmed, the body of the people currently unorganized will be unable to fulfill our constitutional obligations. If the local civil authorities (parentheses, Board of Supervisors and town/city councils) parentheses, officially recognize volunteers from the body of the people trained to arms and begin to draw upon the currently unorganized militia at a local level, a legal framework can be established in it to increase civic engagement and further defend the individual right of firearm ownership. Civil oversight is imperative to legitimately asserting our collective right to community defense within the confines of the Virginia and U.S. Constitutions, and provides additional legal basis to defend, if needed, our natural rights through the judicial process. In addition to the legal protections established by this resolution, these measures provide an opportunity for citizens to serve their communities, increase volunteerism, and establish a framework by which citizens can support each other and their communities in times of need. Please share this information with your local elected officials and urge them to vote to revitalize what has been so long neglected in their communities, the constitutional militia under civil authority. Now, the backside to this, I read the front. The backside. Whereas from the founding of this nation, Virginians have embraced the principle of resistance to abuse of power, that when a higher government overreaches, it is duty of the lesser governments to interpose themselves, to protect the people, to give meaning to the protections of the U.S. and Virginia constitutions. And whereas, in the face of overreach, James Madison posed to lesser government are, quote, to interpose for arresting the progress of the evil and for maintaining within their respective limits authorities, rights, and liberties appertaining to them. Whereas Thomas Jefferson went further, stating that when a higher government, quote, assumes undelegated powers, its acts are unauthoritative, void, and of no force. And whereas the natural right to self-defense with arms belongs to both the individual and the people of this country, collectively, and is recognized in Article 1, Section 13 of the Virginia Constitution, which describes the, quote, militia as, quote, the body of the people trained to arms, and ordains that, quote, in all cases, the military should be under strict subordination to and governed by the civil power, end quote. And this natural right is recognized in the Second Amendment of the U.S. Constitution. And whereas, since time immemorial in England and in this Commonwealth, militia have been raised at the county level. And whereas, George Mason, the author of Article 1, Section 13 of the Virginia Constitution, at a meeting of September 21st, 1774, chaired the creation of an independent company of volunteer militia for Fairfax County, independent of the royal governor and Patrick Henry, the first governor of Virginia. Raised an independent company of volunteer militia under similar exigent circumstances. And whereas, notwithstanding the recognition by Virginia Code 41-1 of unorganized militia in the Commonwealth of Virginia, and the recognized by 10 USCA Section 246 of the unorganized militia of the United States, the county's power to call for a volunteer muster of the unorganized militia within its borders is not in any way foreclosed, nor is its power to raise the county name militia under exigent circumstances to preserve civil order and prevent civil rights violations. And whereas the Board of Supervisors of county name have sought to protect the rights of the people by declaring county name a Second Amendment sanctuary, providing new safeguards for their future security. And whereas the Board of Supervisors has called upon the county name sheriff and the Commonwealth Authority, their deputies and employees, and the people of insert county name, to resist tyrannical attempts to deprive the people of certain firearms and components which are necessary for self-defense, militia service, law enforcement, and national defense. Therefore, and that's what it said. If this doesn't make you want to read more, don't read more. If it makes you want to read more, read more. If you feel that this pamphlet sums up how you feel pretty well, leave a like,